Hey, all, my name is Eric. I'm the lead pastor at Emmanuel in Hooksett, New Hampshire. And I just wanted to take a minute to say thank you. Thank you for being the blessing of God in my life and in the life of my family. Many of you who are getting this video have not even met me or my family. And on the word of a fellow pastor, you stepped up and you were the hands, feet, heart, and mind of Jesus. I'll tell you my story briefly. When my wife and I got married, we were 20 years old, and we had our first daughter a couple of years later. Her name's Kierstin. And when Kierstin was born, she had apnea at birth and nearly died, and they resuscitated her. But the consequence of that birth was she has cerebral palsy. So she's never walked. She can't care for herself, and she's now, hard to believe, 29 years old. Well, last year it came to our attention that she was going to need a lift in the residence where she's being cared for. She lives with a wonderful family from Nepal. She moved out of our house about 5 years. She's Miss Independence, and about 5 years ago. Anyways, as the physical therapist came in to assess the home, what she discovered was that without this lift in place, caring for Kierstin was eventually going to wear down the backs of the people that are caring for her. The constant lifting for showering and toileting and dressing, and what they needed in this home was a ceiling lift to take her from the bed to her wheelchair, or from the bed to the bathroom for her personal care. At the same time, we were also coming in need of a new wheelchair for Kierstin. The wheelchair she had was just terribly suited for her. It was large and clunky, and it wasn't positioning her body well enough for it to be a good fit. So we were kind of in the midst of this difficult time. It was the end of 2020, and I know that we've all struggled through last year. Well, I posted a cryptic post on Facebook saying, hey, if you want to be a blessing to my daughter Kierstin, watch this space. Literally within that day, a friend of ours, Anthony Miles, messaged me and said, hey, we want to be a part of this. Let us know what's going on. You know, I told him what was going on. He says, all right, keep us posted. Well, later on in that year after that post, her wheelchair was ordered and covered by Medicaid, which is a whole nother story, but it's a miracle in itself that was accomplished. If you work with Medicaid, you know maybe what I'm talking about. And so we were left with the lift, and the PT by this time had gotten us quotes, and it was $20,000 to $24,000 depending on the company that did it. And so I messaged Anthony. I said, hey, good news, the wheelchair is taken care of, but we need this lift, and it's going to be $20,000 to $24,000. At this time, I had COVID, and I actually got a good case of it. So I was on my back for 2 weeks, and then I had double pneumonia, so I was out again. And I hadn't even been able to go to my church to even talk about this with my own church. It all happened so fast. Anthony says, I'm on it, and he gets back to me within a day or two and says, listen, we've got at least 10,000 promised, right? And I am stunned that within a couple of days, God has provided $10,000 toward this $20,000 lift. I had set up a GoFundMe. I was getting ready to go public with it. And Anthony gets back to me later that day, and he says, it looks like we're going to hit 17,000. And I'm like, are you kidding me? I haven't even talked to my church. I can't even go to church right now because I'm under quarantine. I'm sick as a dog. And so, long story short, by the end of that week, we had $20,000 promised for this lift. And it was a miracle to end 2020 that restored people's faith in God. I was able to share it with Kierstin's physical therapist, who has watched our walk for 29 years, and tell her about the faithfulness of God and the faithfulness of his people. So on the behalf of Kierstin and my family, I just want to say thank you. Thank you for being the blessing. The motto of my church is bless God, bless others, be the blessing. And so this just works into that motto so perfectly. And it is such an amazing thing when the people of God are his hands, feet, heart, and mind. And so again, thank you, Anthony. Thank you to all of the pastors and all of the churches that contributed, great or small. You were the blessing. You were the miracle of God in our lives. And so I just want to, again, thank you for being a blessing. I just want to say it again.
Like this with it. Or backing up. Backing up. You see the light on here. Now take the warm street. Okay. Change. Then you can swing by. Put the bathroom here.
Yep.
Now, okay. It's on. Grab it in the back. Yes. Good inside. Good inside. And the shower here. Now, shower, back you up.